So let's cover the bases. Some favorite bets from tonight's MLB main slate with our baseball panel, our beautiful baseball panel consisting of DraftKings contributor Garion Thorne and RotoWire's Erik Halterman. Erik, talk to me. First base here. Favorite money line or run line bet?
Yeah, so I was on the Blue Jays as an underdog last night. Actually got to go to whatever insurance company Comiskey Park is named after these days. Looked like I was going to be wrong for most of the game until a late rally involving a drop third strike, an infield single, and an error and more gave the Blue Jays the win. And I'm on them again tonight as slight favorites, minus 113. Two excellent offenses. Blue Jays are fourth by WRC plus. White Sox are second. And then two soft tossing lefties. If you're into old school baseball, hate 90-mile-per-hour pitches, you may not see much for the early part of this game. And I just think Hyunjin Ryu is enough better than Dallas Keuchel that I think the Blue Jays are a clear pick here. Ryu at least strikes out some people. 22.8% is close to league average. Only a 4.2% walk rate and above average ground ball rate. That means his 3.23 ERA looks mostly deserved according to the estimators, whereas Dallas Keuchel is at the lower limit, I think, of how many people you can strike out while sticking in a rotation. He's at 12% for his strikeout rate this season. He's always had low strikeout rates, and he's found success despite them, but he's at 18.7% for his career. So he's less than 2/3 of his already low career numbers. No other qualified starter is below 14.8% this season. So he's in another tier all by himself. 4.25 ERA is worse than what he's done in most recent seasons, looks deserved. So I think that's a big enough gap that I think the Blue Jays should be a little bit more favored than they are right now.
Gary, and this is first base. Don't pull a Pittsburgh and be afraid of it. I need you to answer. Favorite money line or run line bet tonight?
Yeah, I will say first, I agree with Erik. I do like the Jays money line today, although in the interest of bias, I'm just a little biased.
Oh, okay.
So in the interest of biases, I'll just say the Yankees money line, which I actually am surprised is only minus 141 on the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. I don't want to say this pitching matchup is lopsided because Michael King has not done well as a starter so far this season, but I think he's a perfectly fine long man. I think he can pitch 3 or 4 or 5 semi-effective innings in this game, and the back end of the Yankees bullpen is among the best in all of baseball. So if the Yankees are leading after 4 or 5 innings, this is pretty much a wrap. And I think that's definitely going to happen because right now, J-Happ is just in one of the worst stretches of his entire career. He started the season well enough, but all of the ERA estimators were screaming that it was luck and it was not real, and they have been validated across his last 5 starts. He has an ERA over 10 going back to May 12th. He's giving up a 4.52 WOBA to opponents in that span of time. Maybe Michael King allows 3 or 4 runs, but I think J-Happ might allow 7 or 8. So the fact the Yankees money line is only minus 141, I'm going to jump all over that.
How about as we travel to second base here, Gare Bear, a favorite game total on the slate?
Well, I know Kenny was just on talking tennis, so he couldn't talk baseball, although he probably screamed about Frankie Montas at some point because that's what Kenny does. So I will back up Kenny, and I will say that the over in the Kansas City-Oakland game, right now it sits at 8, the total. The over is minus 106 on the DraftKings Sportsbook. I think the over is a very good bet. You've got an Oakland Athletics team that has the 5th highest WRC plus against left-handed pitching in all of baseball at 115. They are going up against Mike Minor. And then you have Frankie Montas, who, if you were just to watch this guy, you would assume he's an ace. His stuff is amazing, but the results have been underwhelming to say the least so far this season. 11% of his batted ball events have been barreled so far this season. That is the 6th highest mark of all qualified pitchers. I think the Royals can do enough damage here, and I think Oakland is going to carry more than its share of the weight offensively to get this game over.
Erik, what about you, dude? Favorite game total?
Yeah, there's a lot of really tight ones, I think. I was finding it tougher than usual to find a very appealing one, but I like the Red Sox Astros over 9. That's at minus 115 right now. 2 pretty good pitchers in Zach Greinke and Eduardo Rodriguez, but these offenses have been great this year, particularly the Astros. They lead the league with a 121 WRC plus. Only one other team is above 109. So they're in a tier by themselves. The two teams combining for 10.3 runs. So an average game from the two of them will hit this over. And I don't think Zach Greinke and Eduardo Rodriguez, while they are good, I don't think they're too scary. Greinke's got a 3.38 ERA, but some of the estimators have it a lot higher, including his xFIP, which is up at 4.20. That's his highest since 2006, which was just his third year in the league, and he only threw 6 1/3 innings. And it's that high because while he is still not walking guys, just 4.9% walk rate, his strikeout rate of 18.4% is his lowest since that same season, 2006. And his ground ball rate just under 40% for the first time since 2007. So at this point, he's basically just good at avoiding walks and doesn't do a whole lot else. I think the Red Sox can score off a guy like that. Eduardo Rodriguez, on the other hand, has a 5.59 ERA. The ERA estimators like him a whole lot better. Most of them have him actually in the mid threes. Good strikeout rate and walk rate, getting hurt by a 3.69 BABIP. But again, that Astros lineup in a tier by itself at the top of the league. And I think those two sides, I think Rodriguez isn't going to be able to shut down the Astros. And I think the Red Sox should be able to score enough off of Greinke to hit the over here.